Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. The definition of excitement is right here with this transit. We have an excellent alignment happening in the sky that is going to be life-changing for everybody. And when I say everybody, I mean everybody. I'm not exaggerating, not making this bigger than it is. It's actually pretty rare and significant, and it will be life-altering for all of us depending where it will be sitting on in our personal charts, but also in the mundane level. We have been through a Jupiter Uranus conjunction before, only 14 years ago in the sign of Pisces, but this time it will be happening in the sign of Taurus, the ruler of finances, beauty, wealth, and pleasures. Now, what effect this will have on each of us depends on our charts, and I will talk about this just a little bit later, but generally speaking, Jupiter is a benefic planet and Uranus is a malefic. However, the heavens have really thought about us this time, because only a month later, Venus will conjunct Jupiter and Uranus in this big conjunction, and this conjunction is being sextiled by Mars in Pisces and somewhat by Saturn in Pisces at a wider degree. So this will be especially felt positively by anyone that has planets or angles between 18 to 25 degrees of Taurus, Cancer, Virgo, Capricorn, and Pisces. If you happen to have planets or angles around 18 to 25 degrees in fixed signs like Aquarius, Scorpio, and Leo, this might show up as a challenge at first, because it might require you to do some profound changes that you might not feel very comfortable doing because you're a fixed sign, but eventually it will turn out to be a blessing in disguise, given the benefic nature of Jupiter and Venus that will join the party later. Okay, so now what are the keywords of this phenomenal conjunction? Believe and take action. Why do I say that? Because Jupiter is the planet of believing and taking action, is Uranus-like. Jupiter inspires us to have faith, and Uranus pushes us to break free of any constraints, even rebel against them to achieve what we believe in. So Uranus has a little bit in common with Jupiter's nature. It believes in something. Now, how could that be translated to you and to your personal experience? If you strongly believe in something, it will manifest for you with this conjunction. If you put your prayers out there, not thinking about how the consequences or the ways how you're going to achieve it and whatnot, if you put pure faith out there and believe that something will happen, it will happen. Now, the advantage you have for listening to this video and learning about astrology and embracing it is that you will have more awareness on what area of your life you should put your focus and efforts in order to have the best out of this conjunction. For example, if I had this right on top of my MC, I would work on a work project or publish something that is going to potentially make a career for me, because I know that the odds are in my favor. Or if I always wanted to propose to a person and was afraid to do it before, but now that I'm listening to this video, I know that the conjunction on my MC is likely to bring me some good, positive effects and change my public status, from single to a relationship or from in a relationship to engaged and so on. So I would go for it. Now, this is just an example because I would still look at other aspects that this conjunction is making to your personal chart, which, I think I will be talking about in a later video. But what I'm trying to say is that this conjunction demands action. Uranus is action. Mars sextiling this is action. The sextile as an aspect in itself requires action. Trines are more like, good luck, where I don't really need to do anything about it. Sextiles are good luck, but when we do something about it first. So believe what you want to achieve, see it in your mind, write it down, think about it, feel it, manifest it, smell it, I don't know, just believe in it with your whole being. Then act on it, write it, publish it, record it, present it, trade it if you're in the market, put it out there, and this conjunction will do the magic for you. Now again, be aware of your own chart. Be aware of this, where this conjunction is happening and what angles is making to your other planets and angles, and use that area of your life to achieve the magic you want to achieve. Because yes, this conjunction is magic. I personally think of this as the reward that God and the universe is giving us for successfully making it through the tough period of multiple years during COVID, and then the conjunction between Uranus and the nodes, in the financial house of Taurus, and so on. Now it's like the heavens are blessing us with surprising results and outcome that we might have not ever thought about, because again, Uranus is shocking and surprising. I also invite you to take spontaneous opportunities and say yes to things you wouldn't normally say yes to. Be it a date, a job, a project, a gathering of people, a new investment approach, a new business marketing approach. I think we should embrace Uranus nature here with spontaneity and just taking a different route to things from what we would normally do, to be able to tackle all the possible results that it could bring to us. This conjunction will be exact on April 20, but to be honest, we will feel the effects way earlier and later after this conjunction. I will talk about each sign, to keep the time frame in your mind, but I would say especially between April 18 and 16 and, at 21 and 22 degrees of Taurus. So make sure to mark those dates on your calendar. And if you have your chart, mark those degrees, study them, and see where you could get those blessings. So first I wanted to discuss for a little bit what Jupiter is and what it represents for us. Jupiter normally rules the 9th house and traditionally the 12th house. It governs over long distance, foreign travel, big business, wealth, higher education, the law, spirituality, faith, and religion. Oftentimes, it is associated with the urge for freedom and exploration, and with gambling and new adventures. Jupiter also reveals where you will go big and where success and possibility awaits for you in your chart. It has the capacity to enlarge, to grow, and exaggerate any areas in your life where it sits on and where it transits in. It gives the opportunity to progress and be uplifted, and it blesses you with luck and fortune in the sign and house where it's placed. If we look over the nature of Pisces and Sagittarius, where Jupiter rules over, we will see that none of these signs are known for boundaries or minimalism. Pisces is the fish, extremely intuitive and has no limits to how much it can sense, feel, or swim. Sagittarius, on the other hand, can take the arrow as far as it wants. It can land in air, on land, in the water, and also feel super excited about it. So both of them are into some form of spirituality, and none of them rest on one thing. But they can go, and they want to go as far as possible and explore as many distant places as possible without limitations. And so that's kind of the nature of Jupiter. It exaggerates any area it is in. It enlarges everything it touches. It brings excitement, optimism, joy, happiness to any area of your life. Even if it is in Capricorn, Jupiter still blesses your life and brings you rewards and softens up things, for all the other different aspects. So Jupiter is a benefic. I personally think that Jupiter and Uranus have a lot in common. None of them like restrictions or rules. Both of them like knowledge and intelligence, only that Jupiter is at more of a spiritual and practical level, whereas Uranus is at a science and technical level. But both of them like and appreciate intelligent minds. These two planets also have some type of faith in them. Jupiter usually believes in a higher being or the universe, while Uranus believes in idealism and an idea, but they both feel strongly about it and stand for it against all things. So these two planets coming together will enforce more of these patterns that they have in common. Uranus rules Aquarius and symbolizes technology, rebellion, innovation, and communities. It is eager to revolutionize for the common cause and cause chaos until it achieves what it wants. It is fast, unpredictable, and shocking. Sometimes I like to think of it as a light bulb where we turn on the switch in one corner of the room and electricity moves quickly into the wires and turns on the bulb on the other side. It all happens like in a fraction of a second and we don't even think about it. Our hand, is still at the switch while electricity has finished its work and is already at the end result. Uranus is of that nature also. When it touches certain points in your life, it will flip the script and turn the tables unexpectedly. It can make anything in this world possible. Of course, depending on your chart and your aspects. I've honestly seen friends earn hundreds of thousands of dollars in the stock market by Uranus touch. I've also seen others that have won the lottery during this transit. At a difficult aspect though, it could bring sudden losses. Its nature is malefic, so it will heavily depend on the nature of your chart. Uranus will cause constant changes in the house where it sits on. If it's on the 10th house, then you might change careers often. If it's on the 7th house, then you will change up partners just as often. If it's in the 4th, then maybe you grew up changing places multiple times. So it depends again on the chart and aspects, but Uranus brings unpredictable changes. Uranus also rules over intelligence and knowledge. Going back to the example I gave with the bulb, to take the electricity from the source to the destination, there are multiple wires that need to be connected. It has to be an appropriate voltage, the right cable material, protection over the cables, and so forth. So there is a lot of intelligence and detail hidden behind what works just as a simple task that most of us don't really put much effort or thought into. So similarly, Uranus in this conjunction with Jupiter will make certain things and details work quickly for us without us putting much attention into. It will open doors that we never thought could be opened, and it will change our life upside down in shocking ways that we never imagined. A friend of mine went through a Uranus trine natal Jupiter transit and her life was flipped upside down in a good way. She earned a big chunk of money, she moved on the other side of the continent, she bought her first house abroad, also on her early 20s, so at a very young age. Very shocking, but very positive. But because she has a good chart, like she had this Uranus trine Jupiter, from her natal chart. Uranus was transiting that. Another friend of mine went through Uranus sextile Sun, and she gained so much exposure at work within 4 months of starting that she managed to lead a project in cooperation with the executive director of the firm. Again, at a young age and against all odds. I have another example of a friend who went through Uranus sextile Mars, which is kind of the same nature as now, and she became so competitive at work that she worked like 15 hours a day to be the best in her team and be seen as the best one. And, she managed to do so and was immediately put at a leadership position. I remember her saying that she felt extremely burnt out though, and her nervous system was suffering. So be aware of that. I do think for us though, this transit might be a little bit different because Saturn is right here, involved somewhat in the sextile, giving us some reality check and setting some boundaries when it thinks that we might overdo things. So Jupiter and Uranus coming together is quite of a big deal. Jupiter exaggerates, Uranus shocks. There is definitely an area of your life where you will have a sudden, unpredictable change that could change your life forever. Yes, Uranus here will give us a sudden change, a shocking move, but Saturn is going to help us keep it and preserve it. Saturn will give us the maturity to continue with the right, well-thought and cautious steps after the change has been made. On the other hand, Mars will give us the push and charge us up and give us the drive and stamina to take this sudden opportunity that is given to us and take it to the next level. Okay, so this is kind of the general description. Now I'm going to dive into each of the signs and quickly describe, what this conjunction could bring for each of you. Please be aware of your own charts, the aspects that this is creating for you. But yeah, I am so excited for this transit that we are going to have. So excited. Let's get started. First one, we have Aries. Aries Sun, Aries Moon, Aries Risings. The great conjunction is happening in your second house of personal income, of finances, personal values, and possessions, but not only. This house is also responsible for everything that we own, our feelings, our emotions, and our inner selves, abilities and skills that we have to maintain our possessions. This great conjunction could bring some blessings upon your finances and things that you own, Aries. I would say expect some serious earning potential during this conjunction. Unexpected opportunity and breakthrough for a financial windfall or fame or simply an opportunity for expansion in your earnings house. Mars, which is your ruler, is sextiling this conjunction, as I mentioned earlier, so you could get this tremendous courage, confidence, and fortunate action here that is going to bless you, not only during this transit, but also for the next 13-14 years until Uranus and Jupiter meet again in the sky. So you will get this lucky action that is going to bring shocking, new, sudden money and income that is personal. Income that pays for your bills, that is used in your day-to-day life. Mars is shedding this light and giving its support from your 12th house of foreign lands, of addictions and illusions. So this could be an excellent time to give up on any addictions you may have, be it spiritual or physical. You could really use this time to give up smoking, drinking, watching porn, or anything that you might be doing excessively. You may finally find the courage and inspiration to give up any self-sabotaging patterns also, any psychological issues that might have taken you back to reach your highest potential. I could see a lot of you, Aries people, earning unexpected income through businesses or through a big bonus, commission also. This pattern in the sky could also bring an opportunity to move to a foreign land or to go to an international trip that is going to give you exposure and opportunities to increase your income. I would advise to dream big, Aries. Shoot for the stars, because this 12th house doesn't have boundaries, which means that the opportunity for a financial windfall is technically limitless for you. I can see many Aries receiving some spiritual revelation that is going to be sudden and it's going to change your life forever. Some of you could become spiritual leaders and warriors. You could access other dimensions and receive downloads related to your income and personal skills that you could use to bring in more income for yourself. Uranus is the ruler of your 11th house of social networks, associations, and our capacity we have to fulfill our dreams. So this conjunction could help you finally achieve the amount of income you have always dreamed to have. You could get some help from your network, from friends, acquaintances, and your circle to gain more exposure and earn more money in your business and your projects. I would advise some of you to collaborate with others because you might receive a lot of positive support from them. I also see this conjunction between the house of gains and the house of income that could again indicate some big blessings coming your way financially. You might also pursue creative endeavors that could have a big impact in the masses because the 11th house is also the house of community and a big number of people. Jupiter rules your 9th house that is associated with good karma, ethics, religious instincts, higher knowledge, international travel, spiritual revelations, and expansion. There could be a sudden opportunity that will give you the chance to go on an international trip that will be spiritually enriching to you. It could give you the chance to reassess your personal values and find a deeper meaning in life. For some of you, I could really see some type of, rags to riches opportunity that is really going to change your life forever. As I mentioned in the intro, Saturn is somewhat sextiling this conjunction at a greater degree. And so make sure to follow methodological steps to persevere this great opportunity. Think about the long term, and why not give it some spiritual sense that is going to enrich you from within and make you more excited and happier about your life. Use the excitement and the drive that Mars, your ruler, is also giving this conjunction that would really, really transform your identity, who you really are, and and how you are perceived by the world. So this is what I have for you, Aries. Good luck with this transit. Have fun. Please let me know in the comments how it's going for you, what you plan to do, and why not, how it has resulted. And also, if you liked and resonated with this video, please give it a like and remember to subscribe. Okay, next we have Taurus. Taurus Sun, Taurus Moon, Taurus Risings. You are the star of this conjunction. This conjunction is happening in your first house, putting you on the spotlight. Unexpected opportunities and fortunes will easily come your way, and you will get sudden rebellious feelings of liberating yourself from anything that might have been keeping you down. You must feel this energy already with Uranus in your sign for years now, and Jupiter also in your first house for some time now. But the conjunction with Jupiter will set this feeling and expression in steroids, since Jupiter tends to expand and enlarge whatever it touches. All the Taurus people I know have already had radical changes in their lives, and this conjunction will continue that. But this time, it will bring rare opportunities your way that will have a blessing upon them, because Jupiter is involved. This great conjunction brings rare opportunities your way, especially in April and the first 2 weeks of May, since the conjunction is happening on April 20. But also, I want to say that this blessing from the sky really marks the beginning of a long 13 to 14 year cycle until these two planets meet again. I think it's going to be in 2037 in the sign of Cancer. So right now it's happening in your first house. It's a very, very big deal. Mars is also sextiling this conjunction from your 11th house of networking, partnerships, social media, and the community. I can see some of your Tauruses becoming leaders in your communities and receiving support from your network and acquaintances. This house is also the house of long-term gains, and so you might feel a strong, sudden push to work seriously on your long-term assets, but not only. I see you earning from them, and maybe creating something that has legacy, because Saturn is pretty close to Mars at this point, and somewhat sextiling this great conjunction, which means that you might have already been working towards your long-term goals. But now Jupiter and Uranus give you that sudden, shocking reward you have been working on and dreaming about. This is like a wish fulfillment type of thing that really changes your identity, who you are, how you are perceived by other people. I could also see many male figures helping you out to achieve your goals and aspirations during this long period, and also individuals with a lot of masculine energy. You might have people eager to invest in you, and people who feel quite passionate for what you identify and stand for. And like I mentioned earlier, this is not going to be only for this conjunction. This marks the beginning of a long period of time, 13 to 14 years. The other thing is that what is even more fascinating and extremely rewarding is that a month later, Venus, your ruler, will conjunct Jupiter and Uranus and bring so much magic into your life that is going to feel pleasurable, full of beauty, and will bring a tremendous, tremendous amount of happiness. Jupiter and Venus, the biggest benefics of the sky, are coming together with Uranus to bless you in shocking, profound ways like never before in your life. Taurus, this is a big deal. If this is not the most profound, beautiful thing that could ever happen, then I don't know what it is. Uranus rules your 10th house of public image, professional aspirations, and career achievements. I could see some of you Tauruses ending a marriage suddenly. A marriage that has not been healthy for you and that is going to be extra liberating and freeing. I know divorces are tough, but I see that most of you are going to feel happy and optimistic about it, in case you are in that scenario. This, of course, is not going to be the same for everyone, but for some of you, definitely yes. You might start to feel big changes in your career since, February, but in April, you will just receive another culmination, another step of your public persona, and also of your role in your career that is going to have the Jupiterian luck and blessing. You might get a sudden promotion at work and be put in a leadership position that could shock others. If you're not working, then the way how you're perceived by others for one reason or the other suddenly changes in a more positive way. You will choose to be more authentic and closer to your real self and start to be real and honest with your sole purpose in this life. And you're going to be supported by others in doing so. Because, you have all this blessing that's coming from your sign, that's coming to your sign from the 11th house of social groups and large number of people. But also because Jupiter rules your 11th house. I can see some of you starting your own business that you're going to continue for the next 14 years. Jupiter also rules your 8th house of sex, taboos, resurrection, other people's possessions. Some of you could earn a big chunk of money through other people's money, including the stock market or any industry you could be involved in that deals with other people's finances. I could also see some of you getting suddenly pregnant. Of course, this will always depend on your personal chart. You could also experience some positive transformation in your physical body that is going to take others by surprise, but this is going to be well received. You could be blessed with successful recovery and regeneration if you've recently had a surgery. So these are some of the scenarios that could play out for you, Tauruses. I really hope that you enjoy this time. I'm pretty sure you will, to be honest. But yeah, if you liked and resonated with this video, please give it a like and remember to subscribe. Geminis, Gemini suns, Gemini moons, Gemini risings. The great conjunction is happening in your 12th house of spiritual growth, of foreign lands, higher dimensions, and hidden things. I feel like for a lot of you Geminis, a lot of magic is going to happen behind the scenes. Doors will open for you and opportunities will come your way that will shock you and bless you in ways you had not really expected and thought about. People will advocate for you behind the scenes, and you're going to be able to receive blessings left and right that you don't really understand where they come from. You might receive some serious downloads through your dreams and meditation that are going to be quite awakening for you and will shake up your world. The exact conjunction is happening on April 20th, but you're going to feel the effects of this conjunction probably for the entire month of April, and I would say May also. This conjunction also marks the beginning of a 13 to 14-year cycle between Jupiter and Uranus, like I mentioned in the intro, until they meet again in the sky. Many of you could receive some spiritual liberation, moksha, and nirvana that is going to feel very light for your heart and very healing for your soul, especially because just a month later, Venus will conjoin Jupiter and Uranus and add even more pleasure, blessings, beauty, happiness to this rare conjunction that's happening in your 12th house. If you make money through foreign lands and distant places, I could see many of you earning shocking amounts of money from them, or just suddenly expanding in a positive way. Mars is sextiling this conjunction from your 10th house of career and public persona, so you might feel an extra push to expand your career and public image through your expansion in foreign lands. It could also mean that your career is transformed because you receive some shocking spiritual revelation about what your soul is supposed to achieve in this life. Male figures at work or individuals with heavy masculine energy could also support you and help you out. I could see many of you Geminis moving abroad, starting to work abroad and make money by working at an international company, which could last again for a long time, for the course of 13 to 14 years. Others of you could work in multiple projects quite secretly and hidden from other people. Whatever the blessing is during this transit, it will stabilize because Jupiter just came out from a sextile to Saturn, and Saturn is somewhat involved in this conjunction through a sextile, although at a wider degree. I truly believe that this conjunction will heal you, Geminis, and cause you to feel comfortable and full of light in your own skin and at your own company. And having this happen in the 12th house, which is limitless, it will truly feel like magic. Uranus also rules your 9th house of philosophy and higher learning, good karma, and foreign travel. I can see some of you coming to a sudden realization about something you have been studying and researching about also. Jupiter rules your 7th house of partnerships and 10th house of career. You might partner up with someone in distant lands that is going to be rewarding in your career. This could also be a partnership you do over the internet, or that is related to technology and that is going to be quite rewarding at workplace. You could meet someone while exploring spiritual topics, and together you might achieve this spiritual liberation and awakening. Some of you might really be working on removing psychological self-sabotaging patterns, and you might receive some instant liberation from any addictions that you might have. This could also happen to your partner. Since Jupiter rules your 7th house, I could also see some of you suddenly separating from a partner, be it romantic or business related, that is going to bring liberation and optimism back to your life. Okay, Geminis, this is what I had for you. I really hope you enjoyed this time. You receive tremendous blessings that are going to change your life forever. Make sure to enjoy this time, and if you liked and resonated with this video, please give it a like and remember to subscribe. Next one up is Cancers, Cancer Sun, Cancer Moons, and Cancer Risings. This great conjunction, it's not like great, but I like to call it great because it's definitely going to bring like sudden happy changes for everyone in one way or the other. But for you, Cancer, is happening in your 11th house of networks, associations, and long-term goals and wishes. I definitely see many of you finally suddenly achieving a long-term goal that you had been working towards and really hoping about. It's exactly a wish fulfillment. Others of you could really turn into social butterflies and come out of your Cancer shells more often than usual and join unusual groups of people that are really free-spirited and open-minded. The conjunction is happening exactly on April 20, but you will feel this impact in the month of April and May. And also I want to mention that this conjunction really marks the beginning of a long period of 13 to 14 years until Jupiter and Uranus meet again in the sky, which for you, Cancer, is going to be in your own sign. And I believe it's going to be in 2037, so it's a long time until then. The 11th house is an excellent house to have this rare conjunction in. You will most likely benefit from your friends, from your acquaintances, and groups of friends. I could see some of you earning instant fame in the social media, since the 11th house also rules the masses and big groups of people. This house is also a financial house of big money, so you could earn big, extreme amounts of money that you didn't expect. And some of you, it could be, from the stock market, if you're into that. But it also depends on your personal chart and your own aspects, so keep that in mind.
This conjunction is being sextiled by Mars, which is sitting in your 9th house of good karma, higher knowledge, and foreign lands. You might receive sudden spiritual downloads related to your long-term assets and gains. You could profit from distant travel endeavors and also from taking on new passionate approaches to spirituality and higher knowledge. I could see some of you becoming famous travelers on social media also, or just really famous writers, and having some kind of publishing that you might make that will be well received by the masses. What else do we have here? Uranus rules your 8th house of inheritance, other people's money, and shared resources. You might earn an inheritance that could be quite profitable for you in the long run. You might strike some big money in the stock market. I think I just mentioned that, but be aware that you still need to be aware, of your personal birth chart. Jupiter rules your 6th house and 9th house. You might get a sudden revelation on how you can heal yourself from a certain sickness that you might have been suffering from. Some of you could get into the wellness and workout industry that is going to benefit many people around you. Some of you Cancers could implement something like a routine in your day-to-day life that is going to reward you in the long run in a shocking way. You could gain from international organizations, humanitarian organizations, and also just have a lot of luck and success in legal matters. You might travel a lot and spontaneously and just receive a lot of happiness and fulfillment in doing so. And again, receive some kind of spiritual liberation. This is something that will not just happen once. Keep that in mind. It's going to last for a few years. You're still going to reap the rewards and the benefits of this area of your life. But another reason is because Venus, the other benefic planet, will conjoin Jupiter and Uranus just a month later in the same house, in the same degree. And it's going to add, more blessings, more money, more pleasure, more positivity, and good luck to whatever is being changed in such a shocking way for you. This is a profound blessing that is happening in your life that will change you and your life forever. It will be extremely rewarding, and you will feel, see, and experience its benefits again for a long time. Okay, Cancers, this is all I have for you. If you liked and resonated with this video, please give it a like. Remember to subscribe and come back to the next one. Now we have Leo Suns, Leo Moons, and Leo Risings. Leos, this conjunction is happening on your 10th house of career, public reputation, success, and social status. If you have been working hard on this sector of your life, you will receive some shocking, extreme exposure that is going to take others by surprise in a good way. Some of you could feel this sudden, strong feeling of needing to liberate yourself from any career or relationship that has been holding you back from achieving your true potential. Some of you could suddenly quit your job and launch your own business, especially if you've been having some authoritative figures at work. You could receive this huge, big blessing in your career that is going to be life-changing and that is going to set you up for success for a long time. Because although this conjunction is happening exactly on April 20, the most significant impacts of this will be felt during the entire month of April and March. And also because this conjunction marks the beginning of a long 13 to 14-year-old period until these two planets meet again in the sky. I believe it will be in 2037, but it's going to be in another area of your life. So every time other planets transit this point of your chart at 21-22 degrees of Taurus, they will continue to bring big blessings to you. That's why this conjunction is so important and life-changing. Mars is sextiling this conjunction from your 8th house of shared resources, investments, taxes, transformation, and regeneration. If you've had any issues with your career and public persona, then this conjunction could bring some support that is going to change it for the better. Some of you could earn money through your investments or other people's resources and might later even identify with this kind of success. For example, Kathy Woods, that she's known for her high-risk, high-reward investment stock portfolio, or Warren Buffett, that's known for his stable approach to financial investments, and so on. So I'm not saying that all of you could turn into this, but some of you definitely have the chance with this conjunction. Another important blessing that is coming from this transit is that Jupiter just leaves sextiling Saturn and then meets Uranus in Pisces. So Jupiter finishes sextiling Saturn, which is in Pisces, and then meets Uranus in Taurus. So it is Saturn here is somewhat involved in this conjunction, although at a later degree. This really indicates that you might be taking steady, slow approaches to your shared resources and investments that could turn out to be quite profitable and that are going to shock your career and public reputation. Uranus rules your 7th house of romantic partners, business partners, and open enemies. You might receive some big support from a partner, be it romantic or not, that is going to bless and expand your public life into the world. Some of you could even have someone you consider to be an enemy that is going to do something that actually benefits you. Others of you could feel the strong, sudden urge to break free from a romantic partner that has not supported you spiritually in your journey at this point in your life. Jupiter rules your 5th house and 8th house, so I could see many of you Leos turning your hobbies, creative endeavors, and artistic work into a career. Some of you could become entertainers, comedians, which is very Leo-like. I could also see some of you suddenly becoming parents at this time, or you could just enjoy spending time with your children. Some of you Leos could also receive some big tax return that you were not expecting that is going to reward you financially. If you are in the tax industry or in any industry that deals with managing other people's money, you could really receive some big financial profits from that. That is going to be life-changing, and it's going to change the way how you're known into the world and how other people perceive you. Okay, Leos, this is all I have for you. Thank you for watching. If you liked and resonated with this video, please give it a like and remember to subscribe. Now we have Virgo suns, Virgo moons, and Virgo risings. Virgos, I have 3 short words for you. Pack your bags. This great conjunction is happening in your 9th house of foreign travels, higher knowledge, expanded horizons, adventure, learning, and good karma. Did I say that loud enough? Good karma. You will receive some beautiful big blessings that are going to transform your life forever in a positive way. You might embark on this journey that is going to make you fall in love with life, appreciate everything around you, and gain a bigger perspective on spirituality and what your soul's mission is on this life. Some of you could receive a culmination if you are in college or your university right now that is going to be very beneficial to you and going to change your life forever. Some of you could earn a highly valued internship that could or could not be far away from where you are, but that is quite noble in itself. You might get in a relationship or even marry a foreigner, which will change your life forever and make you quite open-minded and able to understand different cultures and different perspectives of life. You might travel to distant lands, fall in love with other people's cultures, and even become popular in some way in these areas. You could enroll in some spiritual and metaphysical courses at this time that is going to enrich your soul and bring some good vibes to your heart. If you are into learning foreign languages, it might feel extremely easy to finally grasp something that it's been difficult for you to understand. Uranus rules your 6th house of day-to-day life, your job, and your health. You might go on a trip that is tied to holistic healings and practices. You might try out a foreign diet that is actually going to have a sudden beneficial impact to your physical body. You might take on a project at work that is quite international in nature, and you might be communicating with coworkers around the world. You might even communicate with others on a daily basis on a different language from yours. Some of you Virgos are doctors or in the healing industry, so anything that you might publish at this time related to this industry could also be heavily supported. Jupiter rules your 4th and 7th house. Some of you could suddenly move to a foreign country. The 9th house also rules over legal matters, I forgot to mention, so you could also get some visa approved or even get your residence card or citizenship. You might also have family members that move abroad, but that in some way blesses you and your life also. You might travel with your family internationally, and while doing so, you might receive some surprising wisdom and knowledge that was not revealed to you before. You could also go on some trips with a partner, travel to foreign lands together, or somehow start an international project together. I have not had this conjunction in my chart, but when I had a pretty active 9th house, I fell in love with someone which was from another continent, and we took world religion classes together and traveled together and visited temples and foreign lands. We also communicated in a language that was foreign to both of us, but also easily started to learn and speak each other's first languages. Now, I'm not saying that, that's exactly the experience you're going to have, but these are all 9th house themes, and I wouldn't be surprised if some of you do. Some of you could also come to good terms with an open enemy, and finally, surprisingly, things become peaceful and even spiritually enriching. Did I mention the beautiful sextile we're having from Mars in your 7th house? You might get some big time support from your partner to embark this journey, or it could be that someone partners up with you to start this journey together. I would say that this person might really be passionate about this cause and really wanting you to experience this beneficial journey in your life. Jupiter leaves its sextile with Saturn before it joins Uranus, so I would say that for some of you, this person that supports you could be a male figure, someone who has a lot of masculine energy, or someone who is older and has some authority in itself. Some of you could have helped a person out and good karma is coming back to you, and now you're being supported in your activities and what you want to do for yourself. The benefits of this conjunction will last for some time, especially because Saturn is somewhat sextiling this conjunction, although at a larger degree, but also because this dance in the sky between Jupiter and Uranus marks the beginning of a long 13 to 14-year-old period until these planets meet again, which will be in the sign of Cancer, so in another area of your life. The 9th house is a positive house, and I truly believe most of you will experience something surprising, very, very pleasant, that is going to bring so much happiness to you. Okay, Virgos, let me know in the comments if this resonated with you. Let me know what your plans are, if you really want to travel a lot this time, or the way how it's going to be reflected for you. And if you liked and resonated with this video, please give it a like and remember to subscribe. Next up, we have Libra suns, Libra moons, and Libra risings. This electric conjunction is happening on your 8th house of shared resources, intimacy, taboos, other people's money, sex, and transformation. This great conjunction is happening at 21 degrees and 22 degrees of Taurus, and is positively supported by Mars from your 6th house of health, day-to-day work, and job. This conjunction is important, Libras, because it marks the beginning of a long 13 to 14-year-old cycle until Jupiter and Uranus meet again in the sky. But they're going to meet in Cancer, so it's going to be a different aspect of your life. You might receive some blessings from the heavens when it comes to your investments, the stock market, also maybe some inheritance, but of course, be careful, it depends on your personal chart. Some of you could have the opportunity to pay off some debt, mortgage, student debt, and so on. You might get inspired to embrace an aspect of yourself that in your culture or family tradition is considered as taboo, but for you it will be very transformative and regenerating. Some of you could feel more inspired and excited to explore more in the bedroom also. Some of you could get a good amount of tax refund. That's also an 8th house topic. This house is also the house of regeneration, so I could see some of you successfully recovering from a surgery or from a sickness. You could receive some type of download or revelation when it comes to your psychological health. Especially with Mars sextiling this conjunction from the 6th house, I could see some psychological reward coming to you because of your consistency with following a certain diet or workout routine. Some of you might even find a diet that could be life-changing and really benefit you health-wise. It could also be that you implement a disciplined day-to-day routine with Saturn in your 6th house that will eventually help you pay off debt, consistently for the next 13 to 14 years, or that you could receive a consistent investment return for this period of time. Uranus rules your 5th house of fun, creativity, and entertainment. So I can see you benefiting and increasing your joint resources through financial rewards, or maybe selling your artwork, or just receiving money through your creativity endeavors and hobbies. Jupiter rules your 3rd house and 6th house, so you might also receive a sudden communication when it comes to publishing, marketing, sales, and other communication strategies you might be following for your investments. Okay, Libras, I really hope that you liked this and resonated with this. If so, please give it a like and remember to subscribe. Scorpio Sun, Scorpio Moons, and Scorpio Risings. You are receiving this huge blessing in your 7th house of partnerships, contracts, marriage, and open enemies. The 7th house is opposite your 1st house, so it is how people view you. You could get some big support from your clients, or reach a group of customers that you have always wanted to reach. You could have Jupiterian people, like wealthy and generous people who decide to invest in you, start a contract with you, or even start a business partnership with you. If you have been in a marriage or relationship that has not been beneficial, you might get a sudden, shocking inspiration to leave them and just separate with them. This conjunction could also bring someone new who is of a Jupiterian nature, abundant and generous, that is going to change your life forever. For some of you, you could achieve a sudden agreement and come to peaceful terms with an open enemy that is going to last for years now. You might finally sign a contract that is really going to catch you by surprise, but that it is going to reward you for a long time. And I say for a long time because this conjunction is exact on April 20, but the effects will be felt for the entire month of April, May, for 2 reasons. First, because Venus will join Jupiter and Uranus just a month after this conjunction happens. And also because Jupiter and Uranus are starting a cycle together that will last for 13 to 14 years until they meet again in the sky in the sign of Cancer, I believe in 2037. But I talk more about this in the intro. If you haven't listened to that, please do so. Going back to you, Scorpios, this conjunction is receiving support from Mars, your old ruler, which is transiting your 5th house of fun, gambling, stock market, and creative activities. You might start a partnership with someone to pursue some creative endeavor together. You might also start a hobby together, which will last for you for the next 13 to 14 years. I know one of my Scorpio friends just partnered up with their best friend, and they are looking to start a car cleaning company because they're both very passionate about luxurious cars. So if you happen to start some type of sudden contract, I think it will be of a serious nature and it will have some long-term effects, because Jupiter joins Uranus right after Jupiter has been in a sextile with Saturn. So somehow Saturn is sextiling this conjunction, although it's going to be at a wider degree. So we might still feel those blessings from Saturn, the discipline, the consistency, the seriousness of things. Jupiter rules your 2nd house of personal income and resources, and also your 5th house of fun and entertainment. You could earn some good income from partnering up, or it could be that you spend some money to be able to achieve a type of partnership that is going to be with someone successful and wealthy. Uranus rules your 4th house, Scorpio, so it could be that you separate with a marriage partner, but this separation won't feel heavy. It might actually feel very positive, very optimistic, like huge liberation. It could also be that you suddenly decide to bring someone into your house or move in with a partner. You could also partner up with a family member and start something that could generate income that is going to last you for years, Scorpios. This is all I have for you. If you liked and resonated with this, please give it a like and remember to subscribe. Okay, now we have Sagittarius, Sagittarius Sun, Sagittarius Moons, and Sagittarius Risings. Sagittarius, this beautiful rare conjunction and massive blessing is taking place in your 6th house of day-to-day life and routine. You might have the urge to break free from your day-to-day routine that is going to make you feel so excited and optimistic. You might be craving to have a more flexible schedule or just be your own boss. This conjunction is here to maybe save you from a routine and help you embark on a new journey that is going to enrich you and make you feel healthier and improve your wellness. Jupiter is your ruler, and this beneficial conjunction could indicate big, great news related to your health. Maybe the diet you have been following has been healing your body, or your workout routine could have some type of beneficial effect. Some of you could get some sudden recognition in your day-to-day work that is going to be life-changing and will bring you big blessings in your day-to-day life. This conjunction is exact on April 20, but its effects will be heavily felt in the entire month of April and May, because Venus is also joining these two planets just a month later, and because this conjunction marks the beginning of a 13 to 14 year cycle until Jupiter and Uranus meet again in the sky, which will be in the sign of Cancer. Jupiter is your ruler of your 4th house, so this is really a big deal for you. You are going to feel blessed in your physical body, full of light and optimism. Your home environment could feel lighter and more fun. People may feel drawn to you on a daily basis, and they might feel this positive, pure energy coming from you. Some of you could benefit from suddenly changing up a routine with a family member, or it could be that you are finally able to do things you have always wanted to do at home. Let's say, work out more from home, or just, plant some more flowers and different plants, that's like very Taurus, like just like making the place feel more exciting and energetic. With Mars sextiling this conjunction from your 4th house of home and family, it could be that some of you suddenly relocate to a new place that could be closer to the water, or a place that feels more spiritual. Uranus rules your 3rd house of communication, publishing, and marketing. You could start a journal, a gratitude journal, or it could be that a book that you're publishing could be well received by people and used by them on a daily basis to improve their lives. You might make or receive a sudden communication at work that benefits you and puts you in the spotlight. Okay, Sagittarius, this is all I have for you. If you liked and resonated with this video, please give it a like and remember to subscribe. Okay, now we have Capricorns, Capricorn suns, Capricorn moons, and risings. This blessing from the sky, this memorable conjunction, is happening in your 5th house of fun, gambling, stock market trading, romance, entertainment, children, and creative activities. Beautiful, beautiful energy surrounding you. I can see so many of you making some big profits to the stock market. Of course, it depends on your personal chart. Don't go crazy. Others of you could get some big sudden exposure related to your creative endeavors. You might have a sudden need to go out there and seek out romance and pleasure and fun. You might be able to discover a new way on how to complete something creative that you might have been working on. Maybe some of you will be able to get pregnant all of a sudden. Mars is sextiling this conjunction from your 3rd house of communication, short distance travel, siblings, and publishing. Maybe some hobby or artwork or something that you've created and published will be well received from the masses and be successful. This conjunction is exact on April 20, but we're going to feel its effect both in April and in May, for 2 reasons. One of them is because Venus will be joining these 2 planets just a month later, and this conjunction really marks the beginning of a long period of 13 to 14 years until Jupiter and Uranus meet again together in the sky. I believe it will be in 2037 in the sign of Cancer. So whatever starts now or explodes now will literally be felt for a very long time. Before conjoining Uranus, Jupiter comes out of this tight sextile with Saturn, which is also in your 3rd house, and therefore Saturn is somewhat blessing this conjunction through a sextile also. And although, it is at a larger degree. But for you Capricorns, this is the lottery house, so I can see many of you getting some sudden financial windfall. This conjunction also brings hope, brings success, opportunity that is going to bless you, because it is also happening in another fellow earth sign, so it's going to be in a very good aspect to you. Uranus rules your second house, so I still see this theme of potential sudden financial reward. Many of you could be blessed in the stock market, but of course, again, exercise caution and look at your own individual chart. Jupiter rules your 12th house and 3rd house, so maybe some of you will start a romance with a foreigner. You could travel suddenly to a foreign land where you'll be able to practice and expand on your creative abilities and endeavors. The 12th house is limitless, and so the good luck and good karma this conjunction could bring to your 5th house is really, really limitless. It just depends on how much faith you have and how much you believe you will achieve. This is a positive house for you. If you have your sun, moon, or rising at 21, 22 degrees of Capricorn, and then you will also feel this in your identity and in who you are and your aura, your personality, but also, in your family environment, in your physical body. You might get this pure, optimistic, electric aura that is really going to be irresistible for other people. Okay, Capricorns, if you liked and resonated with this video, please give it a like and remember to subscribe. Next, we have Aquarius suns, Aquarius moons, and risings. This conjunction, Aquariuses, is setting a sudden, beautiful, optimistic blessing upon your 4th house of home, of family, and ancestry. You could be able to close on a loan or mortgage for a bigger home. Some of you could move cities, countries, and go to a place which is going to be very beneficial for you and will enrich you for the next 13 to 14 years. That is because this conjunction marks the beginning of a long cycle between Jupiter and Uranus that is going to last for years until these two planets meet again in the sky in the sign of Cancer in 2037. You could move into a larger home that is going to feel full of light, optimism, beauty, and pleasurable, especially because Venus will also conjoin Jupiter and Uranus just a month later and will impress these blessings to this change that will be happening in your life. You could also have a new family member joining you that is going to make you feel like your family circle is growing. This will happen quite surprising, as I said, because Uranus will give its spontaneity and shock to this moment. Mars is also supporting this conjunction from your 2nd house of personal resources and income. You could feel this push and drive to dedicate your money and resources into making this move related to your 4th house or to expand your family or home. Before joining Uranus, Jupiter comes out of a tight sextile with Saturn in your 2nd house, so Saturn is somehow blessing this conjunction from your 2nd house of money also. I see you will be very happy and sure in whatever you decide to do. Uranus rules your 1st house of identity and physical body. You might feel inspired to create a family name and start to identify yourself with a family, which is quite unusual for you, Aquarius, since you love your individuality, but this time you might feel quite sure, comfortable, and confident in doing so. Jupiter rules your 11th house and 2nd house again. I do see some financial fulfillment and wish fulfillment. I think that you might be working towards building a long-term asset portfolio that is going to be, again, like a wish fulfillment, and you will feel very happy and light about it. I do see many of you moving to a new place, which you will be enjoying for 13 to 14 years until these two planets meet again. This is an angular house, and after having so many energies, influences in your 1st house in February, this is truly going to feel like a big blessing from the heavens. You could have some big impacts in your personal life, in your home life, also in your career, and also your partnerships. So this is what I have for you, Aquariuses. I hope that you liked this video. If you did, please give it a like and remember to subscribe. Okay, Pisces. We have Pisces suns, moons, and risings. This conjunction is blessing your 3rd house of publishing, writing, siblings, short distance travel, sales. I see so many of you getting on your car and going on some beautiful spontaneous road trip that is going to have a big impact in your spirituality and your knowledge. For some of you, a publishing that you might be doing will turn out to be quite well received, profitable, and very rewarding. I could see some of you turning this blessing into a career because Jupiter rules your 10th house of career and public persona, and also your first house of identity. You might be positively identified with this blessing that will come your way. This conjunction is happening on April 20, but its effect will be felt in the entire month of April and May because these planets are relatively slower, but also because Venus will join these two planets and bestow its blessings to this sudden event that will be happening, and that is going to be extremely positive for you. Uranus rules your 12th house of foreign lands, isolation, and spirituality. Many of you might be traveling, which is going to make you very happy and give you some spiritual downloads of your life and your soul mission on this earth. Others of you might be able to overcome some self-sabotaging blockages that could have kept you away from accomplishing your 3rd house goals of short distance travel, publishing, marketing, and so on. Some of you could have a new sibling added to your family or could have a sibling get pregnant at this time. Mars is blessing this conjunction from your 1st house. And so you will feel all in. You will have this like life, this extra drive and force to push forward and work towards getting a beautiful outcome out of your sales. Or maybe a marketing strategy, or maybe some publishing that you do. Social media could also be something that you might have been putting efforts into, and you might receive the exposure you have always wanted. You might improve your communication skills or discover some marketing and communication skill that is going to set you up for success. Jupiter rules your 10th house and 1st house also. So again, I see some success coming your way that is going to change the way you are perceived by other people, and that is going to last for 13 to 14 years until Jupiter and Uranus meet again in the sky in the sign of Cancer. Okay, Pisces, this is all I have for you. If you liked and resonated with this video, please give it a like and remember to subscribe. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching. Please give this video a like or subscribe so that it gets pushed to people who really need to listen to this. My purpose for this channel is really to just help out as many people as I can. So thank you so much. I will see you on the next one.